Hey everybody, this is Robot here from Vespa Motorsport. I want to show you how to correct a common situation where you put the glove box back on and you make one fatal error. You realize, I gotta get back in the glove box, put the key in there, and as with any of these modern Vespas, you turn to the right position and you push and nothing happens. Houston, we got a problem here. So nothing's happening, the glove box is not open, you're panicking, like how do I get this back off, because you already tightened the center screw in there. All the screws that hold this glove box are all inside this door and I can't open it. What am I gonna do? So I'm gonna show you how to get in here, and I'm gonna show you the major mistake that you made when reassembling this glove box that causes an issue like this. So first of all, we're gonna go ahead and zip the front cover off. All right, so we'll go ahead and get the badge off. Pry that right off, get our T30 Torex, and get this horn cover off. Slide it down, not like the GTS, they don't snap, they just slide down. And we're gonna take a long pick that has a hook on the end. And it's a little hard to show what's going on, but you have your ignition key switch right here. And we're right at the 6 o'clock position, right below this electrical switch. And I just pushed with the end of this hook and the glove box magically opened. So all through here, essentially I just showed you how to break into a glove box of a Primavera Sprint. But we got the glove box open. Now we're able to remove the screws, and I'm going to show you the fatal flaw that caused the glove box not to work with the key upon reassembly. So now that I got the door open, I was able to get all my fasteners back out, and we're going to go ahead and do the fun task of pulling the glove box away from the bodywork, going against the resistance of all these quick grips here, and pull it away carefully. I got my rag in place. And I'm going to show you the fatal flaw first. So moving to the ignition switch, I was poking my pick right about here. So like I said, the 6 o'clock position, you have access from that front hole with a long pick, or even a screwdriver, you could probably do it, poke right about here. But the reason the glove box is not open is this little latch right here. So even the GTS, all those, they have a different style, but they have a similar latch like this. So the problem was we need to flip that back down. See how it flips up? It needs to be flipped down. So the back is resting on there. See how when I push it, put the key in there, you'll see how if you push it, it kicks up, and that's what happens. So, but you know, whenever you push that, it will kick up. But it will just stay with gravity on its own. The GTS one, sometimes I'll wrap a rubber band around it from the factory, but I'll show you a trick that will get you around that. So the mechanism I was actually poking at with the pick. So I came in from that backside and I found this, which is, you can see the lock right there, just off to the side, maybe a little bit more towards the center than what I said at 6 o'clock. And that's what you want to push. So when we're putting the glove box back on, I typically like to leave the glove box door open. You don't want to snap it all closed, have your rag in place. Obviously hook up all the wires, put the fuse block all in place, just like in any of my other videos, get those all in place. And there's one more thing I usually do when I'm reinstalling this. So I know the latch is pointed down. I'm holding this latch down, and I always do that on the GTS because then everything's in the right position when you're reassembling the glove box. So never the easiest task, especially if you're doing it the first time. Kind of getting everything to line up, and then you got to get a little medieval on it, as I like to say. So a couple little snaps. Get your rag out of here. I'm kind of actually hitting up, and then here's the magic moment. Before we put the glove box all back together, it's all snapped in place. You could just put the center screw in here. We're going to test the lock. So put the lock in, push, and I see the latch is working. So even before I put any of the screws in here, I'll be able to test this out and see if it all works. You can skip that there. So So let's see what happens. So we know the glove box is going to work. So now I can reinstall the screws. Again, the GTS is real similar. Someday when I get a GTS out here, I'll do the same short little video for you. Thanks again for watching. I hope that helped. I actually had a tech support question that came up, and somebody said they made that mistake, and I said it's really difficult for me to explain over the phone, so I thought I'd make a video for this. So I'm sure if you worked on Vespas for a long time, you've come across that, but maybe it's your first time and you just didn't quite get the steps right. I just want to show you how to fix that issue. Thanks for watching. It's Robot here from Vespa Motorsport and ScooterWest.com here in San Diego, California. Stay safe, have fun riding Vespas, and Vespas forever.